the league that never sleeps, the NFL. It is March 4th. Yesterday was March 3rd, and the team that won the Super Bowl less than a month ago has already made roster moves. They actually made a roster move like the day after the Super Bowl, or like 2 days after the Super Bowl, releasing one of their practice squad players. But the Eagles decided, or are expecting to, but they decided to release Darius Slay with the post-June 1st designation. So I'm going to read the tweet from Jeff McClain just so that everybody has the details and knows what the Eagles' plan may or may not be. The release of Darius Slay saves them $4.3 million against the cap, and they're still on the hook for about $9.4 million. But when it comes to the cap space, $4.3 million is saved. He mentions that they have two obvious internal options to replace Slay. That's Cooper DeJean or Kelee Ringo. DeJean could start on the outside in base and move inside of the slot in nickel personnel. So when they do have the extra cornerback, he would then slide on the inside. But when it's just that normal base defense, it would be Mitchell and DeJean. Your first and second round picks, your rookies from last year, your top 5 finalists for Defensive Rookie of the Year's nominees, they will be on the outside. McClain mentions that they also have to decide on Isaiah Rodgers, who could still be a candidate, and they're not ruling out a return of Darius Slay. So the reporting that I saw from a lot of national media members is that Slay does have options. He may want to return and stay home. You saw his wife on social media yesterday express her emotions. She's sad that the decision happened, but the Eagles did this with Darius Slay just 2 seasons ago. So it's not like this would be something new where they release him for cap relief and then bring him back on a restructured contract. But the initial news is that Darius Slay is gone. There's a chance that he is not back next season. I am a big Darius Slay fan. You've heard me talk about it for even before this show started, Kincade and Salciunas about a year ago. I was one of the more defenders of Darius Slay. When the Eagles lost the Super Bowl to the Chiefs 2 years ago, and it just seemed like the cool thing to do to rip Darius Slay, when there was 8 other things that went wrong in that game, and that mirrored play that they ran, the Chiefs did to score 2 touchdowns. I blame more on Jonathan Gannon for not being able to alert his defense more so than Darius Slay. I think Darius Slay has been an exceptional Eagle. I will not run and hide from my opinion of hating the podcast. Clearly, the players didn't mind it. I just thought it was too much, especially last year when he was playing okay. The defense was not. I still remember the 49ers game when they got obliterated 2 seasons ago, and he goes on the podcast and does the whole, I played well. Everybody else was bad, but I played well. Like, I hate that kind of stuff. You're right. Say that on your own time, not behind a microphone. Now, clearly, it doesn't rub players the wrong way if he's then voted to be a captain again the following season, the season they end up winning the Super Bowl. But other than that, the stories that you actually hear is how great of a leader he is, how great he was with the young corners in Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, also Kelee Ringo. Very much James Harden-esque, where a young player says nothing but good things, even though on the outside the perception is, oh, man, James Harden, he can't be that good of a teammate. All he wants to do is go to strip clubs. The young players love him. Same with Darius Slay. Every young player speaks glowingly of Darius Slay. He's a Super Bowl champion. So in my eyes, he is a great Eagle. Is he a legendary Eagle? No. But he's a great Eagle and a guy that I thought was consistently good ever since they acquired him years back. And so I remember Darius Slay in highways. There's a lot of people that don't like him. I don't know why. I thought he's been a consistent professional on the field. Podcast stuff, story for another day, but it didn't bother anybody clearly.
Yeah, absolutely not in the locker room. They voted him captain multiple times. He came here as a veteran, and we know the Eagles' track record of acquiring veteran corners. There's some hits. There's some major misses when you look back at the Philadelphia Eagles franchise history at that position. And Darius Slay was absolutely a hit. This dude came here from Detroit and made an immediate impact in the secondary. He was part of that grouping that changed the trajectory of the Eagles post-2017-2018 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he was a big part of not just this past year winning one, but in 22, getting there and playing at an all-pro level. So there's no way to debate the impact that Darius Slay had on the field for the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know if I want him back because a restructured contract this time around, like they did the last time this type of situation happened, well, he's a couple years older. What does that look like at this point in his career? Can you build out a contract that he's willing to agree to that doesn't keep him here too long to the point where you're now paying a guy that's on the back end? He was banged up a lot this year, so you got to be careful.
He was, but he didn't look old. Like, he was exceptional this year. There was probably like 2 or 3 plays where he allowed a deep ball downfield. Other than that, he was spectacular. And I had a guy on social media yesterday saying, yeah, but I'd rather have a guy that has more interceptions. First off, interceptions don't just like happen.
Yeah, then cut Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah, because Quinyon Mitchell had 0 interceptions throughout the regular season. Cooper DeJean didn't have any interceptions, right, throughout the season until the Super Bowl. Right. Yeah. So then cut all the players because they don't intercept passes very much. You know why he also doesn't have many opportunities to intercept passes? They don't throw his way. He's been spectacular. And I'm sorry to do like a Darius Slay, like swan song show here, but I thought he was really good. I would love for him to come back. It would be a 1-year deal. He wants to play 1 more year. So it's not like you're signing him to a 2 or 3 year deal. He wants to play 1 more season. I would welcome him back in a heartbeat as long as it is cap friendly.
Hey guys, Andrew Salciunas from Kincade and Salciunas. Thank you for checking out all of our stuff on YouTube. Make sure you click, like, subscribe on everything that you see. And of course, you can see everything from our YouTube feed. Full shows, interviews, when John's being an idiot, which is like 15 times a day. So make sure you check out all of our stuff on YouTube. We appreciate it.